everybody. I have been afraid to record a video on this particular phone because my storage on this phone is very low. But I have been okay. Let me get some content creator stuff off my chest right now, right? I have had a lot of ideas of things that I definitely want to talk about on here, but one thing or another has kind of blocked me from talking about certain things. Like, I'll give you an example. So, I believe in God, right? And I believe in Christ. And I say this to say that sometimes it can be difficult to talk about like otherworldly things that don't involve God, angels, or demons without, and what I mean by that is like, spiritual experiences I've had, not because I don't think that I have them or that they're real or whatever, but because like you never know how it's going to be perceived by people. And just, does that make any sense? Like, I've wanted to share this particular story. Okay, I'm going to share it here. Okay, so that's what this video is going to be about. Because I was going to make it about something else, and then I'm like, no, I'm going to talk about it here. So, I'm not comfortable with this, but I've been told that I'm spiritually sensitive, right? Like, and, that I've picked up on certain things. I've had some scary experiences happen, but I don't even want to talk about the scary experiences. I'd rather talk about one that was very touching for me. And I hope this person does not mind me bringing this story up. It is my uncle, and I hope he doesn't mind me bringing it up. He's no longer with us, but I just thought I'd share this, okay? So, you can call this trauma dumping if you want to, but I actually thought this was really cool, especially in retrospect. So, anyhow, many years ago, almost 20 years ago, or actually it might have started over 20 years ago, in fact, my uncle developed cancer. A little bit about his backstory. He's a vet, was a vet, and he, like, I believe, I want to say Korea, that he fought in the Korean War. It was either Korea or Vietnam. Okay. There's a lot of stuff about that my mom would have to share, and I don't think she wants to, so, but it was either Korea or Vietnam, but one or the other. He fought in, or excuse me, he was in the military and everything. And anyway, he became an alcoholic at some point in his life, and in my very early childhood, I remember that he had a problem with alcohol, as did other relatives of mine. Then, also in my childhood, he sobered up, which I think is a beautiful thing. He became sober, and he treated his AA meetings like they were at the top of his list. He did not play about going to AA. Even many years after he had, overcome his alcoholism, he was very big on his AA meetings, Alcoholics Anonymous. And I remember that too. Well, about all that is somewhere along the way, during my teens, he developed cancer. He was a smoker. Besides using alcohol, he was a smoker, and he developed cancer. I'm not sure what kind it was, but I'm guessing it has something to do with his throat. I remember he had ended up getting a trach. And anyway, I remember seeing him I'm not sure what year this was. Okay, he passed away in 2007. So it was either 2006 or 2007. I'm not sure. I'm guessing. But I saw him, and I remember he gave me like this. I don't know how to describe this look that he gave me. And because I can't describe it, then I guess I better shut up about it. But he held out his arms to give me a hug. He couldn't speak. And he was nonverbal at that point. And he gave me a big hug. And that's my last real memory of him for the most part. Like as far as a personal memory of us, that's my last one that or at least the most vivid one that I have. Okay, speed ahead. It is late 2007. And there was talk, I think, that he wasn't, like, he had gotten into some kind of car accident. He was driving my grandpa's vehicle and got into a car accident, even though he was terminally ill. He was driving my grandpa's car and he got into some kind of car accident. And then this healthcare worker, as I understand it, left a note where my uncle could see it about making arrangements for his death, because she was saying he's definitely on his way out. And I think it was my cousin who had said that either my cousin or my grandpa said that after that, it took something out of him, because he found that it was meant for, I guess, other family members to see, not him, but he saw it, and he stopped fighting after that. And anyway, I'm getting very personal, but I actually talked about this a long time ago in an online journal too, talked about some of it. But anyway, okay, we're going to get to the woo-woo part in a moment. So he had started to decline. I mean, he was already not in a good place, and then he began to decline. One night, I was sleeping on the couch, and then like on the floor, or like next to the couch or whatever, and the phone was ringing, and we didn't have caller ID. This was a regular house phone. We didn't have caller ID because I guess there was something wrong with the adapter or something like that, so the caller ID portion was not showing. And something in me told me it had something to do with him. I don't know how, like, you know what I mean? But somehow I knew it had something to do with him. And I ended up sleeping without answering the phone. And I fell into a dream about him. So we were in my grandpa's van, and the van on the inside, it ran out of seats, and I was, I think, sitting in a seat, and my uncle was riding along with us, and he didn't have a place to sit except on a milk crate, which I know sounds weird, but I'm just telling you what happened in the dream. Like, I think he was sitting like on a milk crate or something, and he had this really sad look on his face, like he was so sad and depressed about it. And I was holding his hand, and I'm telling him, it's okay, it's okay. Now, we're talking about him sitting on a milk crate in my grandpa's van, like, weird, right? But I remember, and him being very sad, and me holding his hand and saying, it's okay, it's okay. Speed ahead. Next day, my mom tells me that he passed away. And I was just in shock, because I had just had that dream about him. And by the way, he was not someone who I dreamt about very often, okay? In fact, that's the only specific dream that I remember having about him. And the kicker to the weirdness of that dream is not just that I dreamt about him the night that he died, but the kicker was that my cousin was with him when he passed away, and she held his hand, and she was telling him, it's okay, because she worked in the nursing home industry, and she knew what it looked like when someone was leaving this world. And so she was like letting him know, you don't have to fight anymore, you can let go. Because he had an episode like where he, you know, could feel that the end was coming right before he died. You know what I mean? And she held his hand and she was telling him, it's okay. So while I'm dreaming of holding his hand, telling him, it's okay, she actually was holding his hand, telling him, it's okay. Nobody can convince me. Like, it would take God himself to say, child, that wasn't real. That's the only way I would believe that was not real. And that was so crazy. But as crazy as it was, I'm so touched, because I guess that's what you call a visit. And I'm so touched that he reached out to me. So I just thought I would share that. And it's been like, I've wanted to share it. And mind you, I don't get paid for this channel. You know, I'm trying to turn this channel into money, but as we speak, I'm not getting paid for it. So I'm not like directly profiting from sharing this experience, if you catch me, you know, but I just want to share it, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Take care. Bye.